Hey guys, so we're here with one of our team members, Angie, and we have a very special project announcement to make. And Angie was one of the biggest inspirations for this project, so I just wanted to use this sec while she's here working to kind of talk about it a little bit and why we decided to name it the Koi Project and why you can make your own kois. One day I walked into the room, and actually I do have to give a shout out to Tatum because she did mark this tub and she was like, hey, this gecko was really nice. And so I pulled the gecko aside and noticed that Angie had previously written on it koi, koi fish right there, who I now call Koi Boy. But it inspired the name for this project. So why don't you tell us a little bit, Angie, of why you decided to name him, or not name him Koi, but just put koi fish on his tub.
Prepare to be underwhelmed. My great-grandparents are from Japan originally. And so we had a lot of different scrolls and different artworks and stuff like that. And one of them were koi. We had a lot of koi and carp everywhere. And it's the same colors as my grandmother's little scroll she had in her kitchen. And they're just beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're super bright and flush. I love the contrast. And yeah, I was like, that reminds me of my grandma's kitchen scroll. You're now going to be called Koi. So super sweet, very docile.
Yeah, he is a very nice, like, humble boy.
He's
right?
So sweet.
And you know, after you labeled him Koi, I actually was like, you know what? This particular morph variation of leopard geckos really does look like a koi fish, because the koi fish have those bright colors, those multifaceted colors going on. And so I thought it was the perfect name for this new project that we're going to start, not only with this boy koi, but also other tangerine, white, and yellows. So did you know that's what his morph was? Like,
I knew he was a tangerine of some sort, but not a white or high yellow.
Yeah, so are you familiar with the white and yellow gene?
Yes and no. I don't personally have any myself, but I do know they're very, very yellow.
So when you're cleaning geckos around here, if you ever see geckos that are exceptionally like clean, for lack of a better term, like they just have like less speckling, less of a dirty look, they just look cleaner overall, brighter overall. That's the white and yellow gene. And then when you mix the white and yellow gene with tangerine, you get this great like double contrast between all of the colors. And then this guy particularly is actually albino.
He's albino.
You know how we can tell he's albino?
He's got that pretty little bit of a white here.
He's got a ton of whites.
Eyes.
And his eyes are very light in coloration. He's closing them now because he is albino and because we just woke him up for this video.
I love how symmetrical he is. Like the patterns match up. Boop, 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 all throughout.
Yeah, he's truly, and if you can believe it, Angie, he's only 50% tangerine. So imagine if we take him, who's 50% tangerine, and then we create 75 or 100% tangerines with his lineage and other geckos that are similar to him in our collection. I think it's going to be really great.
Absolutely.
So we will see more kois in the future, but this is Koi Boy, and he is going to be the one who started it all. So Tremper albino, Mandarin, Inferno, white and yellow. So thanks for the inspiration, Angie. All right, so now we got Tatum here with us, and she's actually showing off a different one than Koi, but it's very similar genetics to what Koi is. So this is white and yellow combined with tangerine, combined with Tremper albino, and it creates this very, for lack of a better term, like koi fish looking gecko. So I think you said that these are your favorites now.
Yeah, they're my favorites.
This particular morph.
I don't know, it's so striking and it's like so fun looking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you like put them in a tank with like brown and like maybe some like fake green plants, like this would super pop.
Yeah.
Super pop.
You would just walk by the cage and it would just be like shining.
I'd rather be shining.
Oh yeah, I mean like it's shining like a little...
Yeah. So you know what koi fish are and stuff like that, right? Apparently, because you're into exotics and animals like we all are. So do you think that's kind of like a good name for this kind of like look, like phenotype?
I don't know, because koi fish is very broad because there are a bunch of different.
That's true.
Because koi fish have their own, like, for lack of a better term, morphs.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
maybe like goldfish. I don't know.
Goldfish.
That's what I think. But maybe it's just because goldfish are my favorite snack, not the animals like the crackers. that you
Yeah.
buy. I don't.
Goldfish have their own morphs too. They have extra cheddar and
Rainbow pretzel. You know.
yeah.
I don't know.
So the idea behind creating a certain type of look or phenotype and naming that phenotype so that other people can shoot for that, I think is really fun in the hobby. So let's say
cool.
hypothetically we called this like a koi morph, right? And a koi morph would be a tangerine combined with white and yellow combined with Tremper albino.
like this marbling kind of color.
Yeah, like that marbling color, which
That's
is
the only way
very
I could, like, describe it is like it's like a
Yeah.
like a marble effect.
And you're right, there are a lot of different types of koi, but when someone thinks of koi, they typically think of
Yeah.
like that patchy
Yeah.
kind of multicolored coloration. And so the whites and the oranges, the yellows, and yeah, that's all the colors on this guy pretty much. His
And
silver.
well, he's a little bit of brown.
Yeah,
He's
I
like
guess
he's albino.
a little bit of brown at the tip of the tail there.
Give him
that
some
would
credit.
Yeah, that would normally be black on a non-albino, which we can show you a non-albino koi.
Yeah,
so
we
let's
did
go
find
get a
one.
non-albino koi real quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello,
So you can
handsome.
pull him out
Hello. He has, like,
and
a
we could
racing
take a
stripe,
look
too.
at him.
That one's cool. Look, you can see like down
Yeah.
his back is like that racing stripe.
So there's those blacks that you were talking about on the other one, which
Mm-hmm.
actually turned out brown. And as beautiful as this is a white and yellow tangerine non-Tremper albino. And so if you step over here, I think the lighting is a little
I'll
better.
Move. I'll move.
But the non-albino version does have a very beautiful look to it and still kind of has like those two-tone looks. It's just not as patchy, like compared,
Marbled,
yeah,
yeah.
not as like marbly compared to the albino versions.
His head is cool
So-
looking. Check out the pattern he got on his head.
Yeah, that is interesting. He's got some like red going on there.
Oh yeah,
popping through like
fire engine red.
yeah, like actual fire engine red going on.
wow.
So yeah, I think I'm more leaning towards the koi will be like the albino version.
Okay,
And then
okay.
people could call this something else. We could call this something else, maybe a non-albino koi or something like keeping it simple because everyone's creating like different lines and lineages
Yeah.
just based off of a breeder instead of based off of a look. And if the look is replicatable by multiple people, I think we should agree upon a common name for that look.
Don't tell Linnaeus.
Yeah, something that's fun, something that people can like get behind and be like, oh yeah, I want to make a koi, right?
Yeah.
So
Make it more accessible to the people, man.
accessible to power to the people.
Power to the people.
What do you always do when you act like
when
you're
I'm
mad?
angry?
Yeah.
This is what I do. I'll be careful, little one. I'm angry, and I like do this.
That's what you do when you're like trying to act like there's an angry moment, but when you're actually angry, that's not what you do.
No, it's not. Oh, jeez.
It's the cartoon angry version.
Yeah, it's like I'm like a I'm angry, you know. His eyes are actually
Kind of
stunning.
reminds me of Popeye when you do that.
No, I think it's funny. I think it's
Yeah.
silly. But if you can get a shot of his eyes.
Yeah, he has the darker eyes because he also is not albino. So, FYI, non-Tremper albinos will have like those dark gray eyes
Mm-hmm.
that almost fringe on black, and then albinos,
Hi, honey.
Tremper albinos will actually have silver eyes, lightening the black pigment a little bit, kind of like a werewolf. So pretty cool.
Ooh, that'd be a cool name for a phenotype.
That would be a cool name
A
for a
werewolf,
phenotype.
like,
See,
it's a
you're
werewolf
you're
phenotype.
tracking with me, phenotype, right?
Dude, I
Yeah.
know what a phenotype is.
No, I know. I'm just saying in the
names,
leopard gecko world, we tend to when I say we, I mean the past like
Yeah,
rules and
Tremper
regulations.
Is like a really good example of
Yeah.
naming it after the breeders.
Yeah, they tend to name it after the breeder or the breeder's projects or the breeder's lines. Sorry, that was a very interesting sound I made there.
It happens, man. You're
Um,
just like, it's a phase.
Yeah. But so what I'm saying is I think we should make it more accessible to the hobby as a whole and make it so that, okay, if anybody wants to make a clown, here's the recipe. If anybody wants to make a koi, here's the recipe. And so this is the very first of many recipes that we're going to release and promote and market so that you, the people, do the little angry, do the little power to the people. You could make your own clowns and kois and all kinds of cool stuff. So this is the first of many projects that we're going to announce that we're going to be marketing this way. So stay tuned for more Geeky Gecko Creations fun.
Alright, he's angry, everyone.
I'm angry. So shout out to Redline Shipping. they're taking innovation to the next level once again. If you don't know, they've basically taken over the shipping world by storm, and they've created a lot safer and more insulated and more crush-proof ways of us shipping our animals. And they're always innovating of how can they connect the community more, how can they make shipping more accessible and more fun for people. And their latest endeavor is going to be this really cool thing called patches and strap bags. So you know those bags that like go over your shoulder and stuff? They're going to create their own line of that, and then they are going to market different breeders such as ourselves to make collectible patches. And so we could have a derpy patch, a koi patch, a black knight patch, and you can collect them all like true Pokemon.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and so let's just say hypothetically 200, or let's just say there's like 200 patches across all the breeders that participate. You could make it your goal to collect all of these patches, buy these strap bags, and use these strap bags in and around shows or
So cool.
daily life. And you know what's funny is I recently just started using strap bags. I don't know if you saw, but like I wear them everywhere now because you know, like shorts and stuff are not the greatest at holding like wallet, keys, phone, all of this kind of heavy and bulky stuff, right? And so strap bag. So I'm 100% on board with this, and we are going to look to make our own patches with derpy and koi, and like I said, our black knight, toothless boy, and all kinds of stuff that we can make that is fun for you. Till next time, my friends, stay safe, feed your reptile passion, and have a geeky gecko great day.